Welcome back, Thinksters. I'm Kirsten.
And I'm Allie.
And you're listening to
Thank
you so much. Thank you so much again for AI.
For our new AI friends, part 2.
Here we are. As we said last week, there's more to touch on with this topic.
There is. We didn't really get to the bottom of everything.
No, and I don't think we will.
No.
But we're going to get further into it.
Yeah.
But first,
yes.
How was your week?
I have 2 things to talk about. First of all, I went to my friend invited me to this short film premiere.
Aw.
At this cool venue. I don't know where it was, like Chinatown or Highland Park or something. It was in a weird part of town that I had never been, but I know I went through Chinatown. I don't know if it was in Highland Park or not, but it was a cool venue, and my friend, her friend was the one who made the short film.
Okay.
And when I got there, I immediately recognized a really famous TikToker. Well, I don't know how famous he is, but I recognized him.
Yeah.
And then I guess there's another, like, my friend is just like friends with these influencers now, I guess, because she works with them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And
casual.
Yeah, it's no big deal. And there was another girl who's like a big deal. She has her own podcast now too. But it was really fun. It was like a queer short film, and it was cute, and it was outside, and like, you know, it was cool.
Oh, that's cool. What was the film about?
It was about this girl who was moving to New York, and her best friend actually has a crush on her, and she really wanted to tell her, but she was nervous, and then she got really drunk one night, and she gave her a note. She put a note in her mailbox, like professing her love. And then she changes her mind about that, and they're all partying, and she's trying to find the note and trying to, like, get rid of it. And then at the end, well, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, don't give away the
But the end was like a cute little twist.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I did that, and then my cousin, who I haven't seen in probably 10 years, came in from Miami, and me and his wife, and me and his wife, and my boyfriend got brunch drunk the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Him, and his wife, and your boyfriend.
Yeah.
The 4 of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in from Miami. It was really fun. He's cool. He's like the cool cousin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Why wasn't I invited?
So it was all the way in Santa Monica.
Okay. I saw you posted it.
You were probably working.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think you were.
I don't know.
Probably.
What's work?
How was your week? What'd you do?
Well, it sounds like you had a more fun week than me, but on
I just be out here doing stuff.
You be bopping around.
I finally had like a little bit of extra money, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna go to bottomless brunch.
See me, I'm running out of money right now, and I'm like scared.
I just have been like not buying anything.
I need to stop.
Like, you gave me a roll of toilet paper the other day because I just didn't have money to buy toilet paper. Yeah. I didn't want to buy it, and then I got paid, and I was like, see?
Yeah, move them back up, and let me need toilet paper again. We got it.
No, I bought some. I'm good. Okay.
Did you get the Cottonelle?
I got the cheapest, but not cheapest.
2-ply though, right?
Yeah.
You can't get the 1-ply.
No. I don't go cheap with my toilet paper in that way. Like, I almost did, and I was like, no, wait, this one looks like shit. And I got the next, more expensive
the next level
one.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. It's soft. It's it's thick. It's soft and thick.
Yeah, that's the way we like it. Yeah. Soft and thick.
Yeah, you need both.
There's not much you can ask for other than that.
You need both.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my week was, pretty normal. Today I watched The Bachelorette. I started
Oh,
watching it.
which is funny because
Um,
I always watch it and I haven't watched it yet.
I watched like one season during the pandemic, and that was the season that I was pretty religious with. But other than that, I haven't been
You're not in the
like
universe
of
really.
The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. But I'm not against it. I like
I only
reality
watch
TV,
that
but
for Bachelor in Paradise.
oh yeah.
That's the one.
I don't know what that means.
Well, you
really.
would love it. So we're gonna watch it when it comes out. That's why you watch Bachelor and Bachelorette is for Bachelor in Paradise.
All right. Well,
that's the only reason.
I'll have to check it out.
You gotta know the people, you know?
But yeah, I mean, it so far so good. Oh, I've been doing like some period tracking stuff. I have this calendar.
Oh,
And
calendar.
It's really cute.
That is cute.
I spilled something on it, as you can see. I'm showing Allie. And I got this from like a friend of a friend's Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got like cute little drawings.
It came with the drawings?
Yeah,
Oh,
like all of
cool.
this. And then it like explains the different menstrual cycles. So like you have the menstruation phase, and then we have follicular phase, ovulation, and the luteal phase.
Cool.
But I think this is going to be a whole episode that we should do in the future. But I've been like tracking my periods like this, and it's like a cute little spiral, and
That's
you can like
awesome.
draw the days, and then it has like numbers for each day, and you can say like what your period felt like for that day.
Oh, that's cute.
And I like it better than the apps. I don't know, it's just more tactile and cute.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's really cute. And yeah, you're like, you feel more creative. You're like writing stuff and
yeah, so it's like a spiral with blank circles, and then you can like number the days for each circle, and then
it's just more fun.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I don't
like
get
it.
a period anymore, or else I would also do that.
Well, I just stopped using, not just, but like within this year, stopped using birth control, and yeah, so it's been like a new journey.
Yeah, I think we should definitely have an episode about just menstruation because
why is that funny?
Menstruation. Like the fact I said menstruation. Like I could have just been normal and said period.
Our menstrual cycle.
Our menstrual cycle. That would be a interesting one.
Okay. But for now, we're talking about AI.
Mm-hmm.
And last week's episode, I talked about talking to Sydney, which is like Bing's chat bot.
If you haven't listened to last week's episode, pause it, bitch.
And go to it, listen to it, then come back.
Exactly. Okay. Anyway.
So you tried Bing.
I did, and I gotta say it was pretty underwhelming. Yeah, I tried my best to like bring out some human qualities or like weird answers. Like I was asking about intimacy and you know, if they were a human, what would they do, and like stuff like that. And it was just very one note, like, well, I can't because I'm a
robot. Beep, bop, boop.
You know, so it was a little bit underwhelming. But, you know, it was fun. There was a couple times where I was like, okay, this is funny. I asked about her favorite songs.
Okay, and what'd she say?
Don't Stop Believin' by Journey.
Oh, wow, one. She would. She's so
one.
basic.
Yeah. Happy by Pharrell. Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles.
She is so basic.
I know. I'm a Believer by the Monkees. Like, I mean, it's cute though. She likes a mix of the old and the new.
Yeah.
You know?
She's got taste.
Yeah, she does. I also asked about her favorite movies.
Okay.
The Matrix was number 1 from 1999.
I mean, sounds pretty basic, but
The Lion King.
Basic bitch.
The Shawshank Redemption.
I
bet this is just like she's learning from basic bitches, and she's like,
yeah,
the girls like, or
the girlies like this.
Everyone likes this one.
She
The Godfather.
Knows. Yeah, this is like
Spirited Away. Spirited Away.
Oh yeah, that's a curveball.
That's not a basic one.
That's a curveball.
So
that was my
that was my
Bing chat
experience. Yeah.
Well, how about we try Bard again? Google's Bard. That was, something that we tried live
Right.
last week. We're gonna try it again, and we're gonna be meta for you
We
guys.
we have a really important question that we need to ask Bard. So let's go.
Let's
Let's see
go.
what he has to say about us.
How to become professional podcaster. All right, it's loading.
We're thinking about it.
We got Bard. I'm just a language model. I can't help you with that. What? Okay, let's narrow it down.
I'm a language model, so I can't help you with that.
Wow,
ChatGPT
Bard.
would never.
I know. What is Bard even doing? Let's see. How do I monetize my podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay. Well, now you know, because we used a fancy word.
Yeah. She's like, there are many ways to monetize your podcast. Here are some of the more popular methods: sponsorships, donations, premium content.
What?
Ooh. Ad-free episodes.
Patreon.
Advertising networks. Well,
okay.
You'll see, guys. You'll fucking see.
It's coming.
Let's say, what is the way to gain more listeners?
Let's go.
Oh, ooh, create great content.
Oh, okay.
Check.
Number 1, create great content.
Check. Promote your podcast. I mean, we do better, but we do.
We've been doing it.
Guest on other podcasts.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Thank you, Bard.
Hi, do you want us on your podcast? Because we'll do it.
We'll do it. We will fucking answer your questions. Collaborate with other podcasters. Submit your podcast to directories.
Directories.
There are a number of directories where you can submit your podcast. This will help people find you. Okay. Social media. Mm-hmm. Run contests and giveaways.
Oh,
optimize your podcast for search engines.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Additional tips: be consistent, patient, have fun.
We are all those things.
All right. So great advice from Bard.
Once we made our.
You have to narrow it down, I think, a little bit with Bard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I think in the last episode, I wanted to talk about what we can expect from AI in the future, because it's creepy.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So, future of AI, if we think about at home, when you're at your house, what is that going to look like? In the future, we're going to see in-house robots. I think we all figured. Okay, so home robots are going to be better at navigation, direction, object direction issues. That the little robot that sucks up the it's a vacuum.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What's it called?
I forget, but yeah.
It's a robo something. That thing sucks. I'm gonna tell you right now. Well, at least the one that I had, it's a later model, or a later model. So it was not as good, but it really could not function around different objects in my house. So they're gonna apparently be better at that. It's gonna have a personality, a cutesy personality, probably. It's going to feel like a companion that you like having around, that can help you with daily tasks and stuff like that.
She better be cute.
I think that sounds good. I would have a robot, but how much are these things going to be?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm willing to test it for free. I'll give you my testing services.
Send us your robots.
We'll take them and we'll give them scientific method tests.
Yes. We're science girls.
We're science gals.
Yeah. Also, we have to look out for AI in war. Speaking of science. In war, think about robotic soldiers.
That's terrifying.
That's honestly really scary. They're already being used, so that's no big deal at all. But they're helping to change the way we fight war. We can, reduce human casualties. Like, less people are going to die if you were using robots. Like,
Yeah.
This is reminding me of Terminator.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I never saw it, but yeah.
Well, we need to watch that because it's the best. Yeah, so there's also a question of, like, ethics if we're using robots without any human control in a war. It's like, is that fair? I don't know. It's like,
yeah.
So we're going to see that probably in the future, but that's scary to me because people in the military are already scary sometimes. Like, they like to kill people, not everybody.
And I think it's like one of those things, like, once you're in it, it kind of changes you into this war mode. And I think that a robot brain can change too. Like, it's also like whoever is coding it, like we talked about last episode, like whoever is
evil.
Yeah, whoever's controlling this robot.
Yeah. So that's scary to me. Like, because also that's like what all the movies are written about. Like, iRobot.
Yeah.
I feel like they were all made to, like, fight war, like, be protective or whatever, and then they turn on you and they're fucking
evil.
And then I also read about future in AI in education. Yeah. So you might be seeing, like, robot tutors that will assist teachers and help enhance the education quality. For example, they say, if a teacher accidentally skips an important concept, the AI tutor will quickly alert the teacher. AI robot tutors will also take control of repetitive tasks like checking the student's homework or taking class attendance.
Well, that
I could see.
Yeah. That would make things easier. It's like a little assistant that could be like.
But that's taking away from human jobs because they have teachers' assistants.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but
I guess also your class has to be big enough to even have an assistant.
But I think teachers' assistants would just be there still to, like, walk around the classroom and, like, check the students' work. It's still 2 people versus 27 kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the robot is just doing the admin.
It would be
tasks.
even added more, or even more help to.
Yeah, the robot, I feel like, would be good for doing non-teaching tasks, like attendance,
grading.
Yeah.
That's true. That would take a lot off because teachers have to plan their, their classes and stuff, and I know that takes a lot of time. And
as a former teacher.
Oh yeah, you are a teacher. Both my parents are teachers, if you couldn't tell. Anyway, but yeah, that's like what we can expect, I guess. It's just a theory, obviously,
but yeah, I think that is like a good prospect of using AI in the classroom.
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast today about.
What was it? Do you remember the name?
The New York Times Daily. So it was today, on June 28th. So if you can find that episode. But they're talking about how students are using ChatGPT. And and if you think about it, it came out like this semester for them.
So it's like
only
new.
It's only affecting like this semester of students. And they chose like 5 students, some were college students and some were high school students, to interview about it, and they chose a college professor. And they said what they noticed was, like, this semester the syllabi all had, like, don't use ChatGPT, it's plagiarism, like, if we find out you're using it. So that's, like, now, like, written in a lot of, like, the syllabuses.
How would they find out that they're using
it? So they interview, like, a teacher, and he said, if it sounds like the information that they had is too polished and then also the voice of it. He said he can't even explain it himself, but like you can kind of tell the voice isn't a human voice.
That's
you know?
crazy.
Like
it's like ChatGPT has its own personality and way of speaking and stuff, and like the teachers can just pick up on that.
yeah, and I'm sure that even that teacher that they interviewed in the podcast was like, I'm sure there's some things that have like slipped through cracks, but there's also now like a ChatGPT like detector for teachers.
What?
So they can like run it through the detector and it'll tell you like what percentage like that it could be written by a robot.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that either.
Times
until I
are
listened.
changing, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
so the teacher can like test it on their side and like
Wow.
see if it came from a robot or not.
That's wild.
But yeah, they interviewed a lot of different students and it was a lot of different opinions. And there was this one guy that was like really for it. He was like, yeah, I was taking like a Brazilian history class. It was just a credit class. Like I didn't like Brazilian history is interesting, but I didn't need it for my career.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like one of those things, and he's like, I asked it to write a 500-word essay for me, and I thought the essay was really organized well, but it didn't sound like me. So I gave it a paragraph of something in my own writing and said, write it in this voice. And then it did.
No
and then it wrote the
way.
whole essay in his voice.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then he only had to like tweak a few things.
That's really smart.
Yeah, but it's
Did
like
he get busted?
I don't think he did.
Wow.
No, I mean he graduated.
I mean that's the way you have to do it. Like even if I would never have thought to do that, but I would have thought to like take what they say and write it in my own words.
Mm-hmm.
But that's smart.
But you know, there's like the moral dilemma of, well, the professor that they interviewed is sort of like, oh, I feel like a duck that's swimming to get its mate, and then it's just like a wooden duck.
Oh shit.
Like it's like when he's doing like the discussion posts, you know, like online teaching, and the students have to reply in discussions, and he doesn't know whether or not he has to detect like whether or not it's a human or a robot that's written this like discussion.
So crazy.
And he's so excited to talk to other people that are interested in history that he's teaching, but half of them could be robot.
Wow.
You know, and then you get into this thing of like, oh, it's just now like robots talking to robots in this discussion post, and it's not even humans using their own critical thought.
So, do you think that in the future, with all this new ChatGPT and these AI chatbots and stuff, do you think one day education isn't going to hold as much merit because people can have these answers at their fingertips even in a whole new way? Like we can write papers and shit. So like, is going to college even that impressive when you have that kind of technology? Like, do you think it's going to be as important in the future? Or
I think that it's going to have to change the education system from the bottom up, because we're so focused on your GPA and test scores, and that's how people are like, oh, well, this person's GPA is good enough to get into grad school or to get into this, and it can't be focused on those numbers again. It has to be like,
what do you mean by recommendations?
The people have to know
like people
you.
like
your teacher has to, your professors have to know you.
Write recommendations.
Yeah, for like your professor who knows that you're a really good critical thinker. I think it's all about critical thinking and being able to like take this information that you've memorized and put it out into the world in a way that is going to like help it and make connections that are going to be functional, rather than, oh yeah, I can just like pass a test.
Yeah.
Because that's what the AI can do. The AI can do the information and memorize all the information for us, and maybe it can critical think, but like it can critical think based on what other people have said. So like one of the girls in this episode talked about how ChatGPT, but it was based on like critical analyses from other people, so it's like on your own and have like original thought.
Right. Yeah.
and that has to come from another human to
Yeah.
see that
Yeah.
this is like, oh, this is somebody, like, I can tell this person is making their own thoughts and their own insights, and not somebody that's been in this world just like listening to the same topic over and over again and just regurgitating like that information, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't see the education system like going that way unless all the boomers die.
I don't. Hey, eventually. I honestly, I could see education becoming more affordable or maybe free in some cases. Like, I know that they're working on that right now, but this kind
But
of
then how are we going to
proves-
pay teachers? This kind of proves what?
This proves that school's not that important.
No, I mean, it's such bullshit that, like, it's such bullshit that people are already cheating to get a leg up, and
Yeah, it's
now
like
it's easier to cheat. But another argument that I heard was that you're just finding the tools to help you. And like, you
Yeah.
don't have to copy and paste it word for word, but you can like use the tools to figure out the information faster.
It
than
is
you
a thing
would.
to say, like, back in the day, not that far back in the day, but like back in the day, people had to go to the library to
Yeah.
find out information.
It's like how we went from like looking things up in books to Googling
to
it.
Google, yeah.
Yeah.
So things are gonna change. I mean, I used Google in school. Like
Yeah.
when I was in high school, I used Google.
But I remember they were really like,
they were like, you have to cite your websites
Yeah.
and shit, like,
Yeah.
which is fine, whatever. But
and you still have to do that, but it's more like, I feel like at the time, at least in elementary school for me, or like maybe middle school, it was like a little bit like, if you found something from the internet, you really had to cite it, and
yeah,
and you had to show that it was from some kind of like publication
Right.
other than the internet. But now you can get like trustworthy information from the internet.
do you think like boomers or our parents, when Google came out, they were like, oh shit, we're all doomed, education is
Maybe.
ruined,
Maybe.
now these kids can just Google everything at their fingertips, like, this is
maybe
bullshit.
they felt the way we feel now.
They
Yeah.
might have.
Yeah.
If there's any boomers listening to our podcast, or Gen X listening to our podcast, please let us know.
I'm gonna see my mom in August, and I have to show her ChatGPT. She will be flabbergasted.
I wonder if my dad No, my dad's really techie, so I feel like he
Also,
probably
he's a
knows.
high school teacher.
He's a high.
So
oh,
these high
dude!
schoolers, you gotta ask him.
I gotta
about
ask
it.
him. Yeah,
Like, I'm sure he knows. Like, these high schoolers are fucking
right. And my
starting
dad's
to use
smart.
it.
Like he
Yeah.
could probably be one of those people to catch it.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, you gotta ask. What grade does he teach? Do you know?
He's high school history teacher, grades 9 through 12.
Oh, okay. So like all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe the older ones have like figured out through TikTok like how
Yeah.
to do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway, next topic. Commercial break.
Oh, we'll be right back with a word from our sponsors.
Thank you so much. Is brought to you by Cat BPT.
Did you know that cats meow in order to communicate with humans and mimic a baby's cry? What if you knew exactly what they were trying to say?
Well, now you can with Cat BPT, the world's first ever kitty translator. Cat BPT uses brand new AI technology to analyze your cat's meows and translate them into any language you want.
I really love Cat BPT because now I know when she's hungry, but only for treats, when she's about to puke on my bed, or just wants to be pet, but not touched. Cat BPT has brought us closer than ever.
I want to show you just how easy it is to use Cat BPT. All you do is download the app and record your cat's meows. Here's our very own Mochi communicating with us. And then you run it through the simple translation device.
Feed me. I would like some food, bitch. Hi pet me. Stop. Don't touch me. You're pathetic. I'm late for work at the biscuit factory, you dumb whore.
Isn't it amazing? Let's listen to one more. Mochi, come here.
And then to translate,
Hi, 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 hi. Wake up, stop. Don't touch me, I'll bite you. Stop. Why are you obsessed with me?
with Cat PPT, you'll never have to guess how your cat feels. It's great. Really. I love it.
Try Cat BPT today and use our special discount code to get 20% off your first month when you sign up for the subscription. Just use code TYSM69 at checkout and try it today. Alright, so AI be doing some crazy shit.
Yeah. So, I have a crazy story that I found. The University of Texas, like better to understand schizophrenia,
Mm-hmm.
they tried to induce the effects into an artificial neural network. So flooding it with like all this information about like replicating
Do you know
mental
when
illness.
this was?
2011.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They were trying to replicate the mental illness into the machine so that they could like study it and figure out, what's going on. But the crazed computer eventually began claiming responsibility for a terrorist attack.
Wow.
So basically they made this computer go crazy because
they were giving it schizophrenia.
Yeah. So the experiment, they said, gave them a lot of insight for how the disease affects humans, but that was a really dangerous, kind of irresponsible thing to do. So, yeah. So that happened. Also, another thing that I read that happened that I thought was interesting, apparently there was an international beauty contest and they wanted to try and get AI to be a judge, so because they're like, oh well, they'll make unbiased opinions, like we'll go off of like face symmetry and just general attractiveness, like scientific general attractiveness. And unfortunately, because humans are, say it with me, racist, the AI inherited the human prejudice and they excluded most of the candidates just because they weren't white.
Damn.
So people were outraged, obviously. But this wasn't the first time that people were outraged because, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember reading about it. The facial recognition technology.
Oh, yeah.
Google. Yeah, Google got in hot water because after their photo app labeled a photo of an African American as gorilla.
Oh my god. Oh, I didn't hear about that specifically, but
yeah, it was multiple people in the photo, but it said that they were gorillas. So Google got in some trouble from that because that's obviously like super fucked up and probably learned from human or learned from the internet or I
think it's like, that's crazy. Well, I mean, it makes me think about, there's this like AI that the FBI use, and it's like kind of illegal, but it's taking all of our pictures from every single place on the internet. It'll like detect this Asian guy as somebody else that's Asian because there's not enough Asian like community of pictures for it to be able to detect, but because there's so many like white community of pictures for it to detect, it can like differentiate between the white faces. But if it's like Asian or black, it'll be like
or brown probably.
But it has more trouble identifying that.
Yikes.
But I don't think on the internet there are any less pictures. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know how it works, but
you're racist.
You got racist humans, you're gonna get racist robots.
That's for sure.
So
one last thing that I discovered in my research from 2 weeks ago now is that, I don't know if you have this on your Google. Do you use Google Chrome?
Mm-hmm.
So open a new tab. Oh, you don't. So I have this little like Search Labs icon.
What?
And if I go to it, it's in the corner, like where you would find that little grid where you can find like your calendar, drive in the upper right hand corner, but perfect before they like release it.
Oh, okay.
And so I signed up for this one called SGE.
There's a wait list for this.
Oh yeah, I was
So
on the
you're
wait list.
You're VIP now.
I was on the wait list for a little bit, and then
Wow.
they allowed me to do
I'll
it.
join.
But yeah, so I signed up for this one called SGE. So it's sort of like the idea of using Chat GPT, but like within the search engine itself.
Mhm.
It's not like a chat. It's like you're just like typing into the search engine, and it gives you like a Chat GPT-esque response.
Okay.
So, but it says SGE is Search Generative Experience.
Okay.
Get AI-powered overviews with helpful info and ask follow-ups. So, I'm going to show you how it works. So, if I just go into Google, now I have this like Search Labs SGE like activated on mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go to my Google and I can say like I want to find like LA bike paths.
Okay.
So I'm just typing LA bike paths and it says generating. So first it pops up with like the main things, which are like LA bikeway
Like
maps,
articles,
the best
of.
bike trails in LA. It's like what you
Yeah.
would normally see.
Yeah.
Like the top 10 bike trails or whatever. But like the SGE, like AI experience has like created this whole thing, and on the right is like literally Google Maps like picture with little icons showing like
Where they
the
are.
bike, yeah, where they are.
Cool.
And then it's a nice like list, like a
with,
gridded
like,
list
reviews.
With reviews and then like a small description.
Yeah.
So it's like the first one that comes up is Arroyo Seco bike path, and then the description, it's like one sentence. It's very clear and concise. A short, nice bike path with parallels to the Arroyo Wash. And then yeah, so it has like a list with like pictures. It's a grid. It like makes it very organized and like easy to read. And then some like bullet pointed. And then there's like another like bike path specific map that it shows you. And then you can ask follow-ups. So I can click on like ask a follow-up and then maybe I'll say like near East Hollywood. And then it generates it. I haven't tried this yet actually. But then and then it narrows it down.
So it does the same thing, it just narrows it down.
And then it has the same thing. It has like the map on the right and then like the grid on the left like showing. Yeah. Wow. So it's cool. It's like similar.
A smart Google.
Yeah, it's similar to ChatGPT, but less like a conversation and more like
here.
Yeah.
Just here it is. Like
here it is, laid out for you in a organized way.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
So you should sign up for it.
Yeah, I will.
But yeah, I mean, I think that kind of like concludes our little research that we've done.
I find AI to be really, really interesting.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was this interested in it until we started doing our like deep dives.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
But yeah, so make sure you follow us, obviously, on Instagram at thankyousomuchpod.
Email us at thankyousomuchpod@gmail.com.
Find our Twitter, TYSM. And
hit us up also in Spotify. Like you can ask us questions anytime through the Spotify app. It's amazing.
Leave us some shit to read.
Yeah, we've been looking at the comments. It's mostly just us commenting ourselves. So
but we did have a couple. We did have a couple in there.
Yeah, we saw some responses. So
what's up, Kristen?
Yeah, I saw you in there. We saw you.
We saw you in there.
And yeah. Hit us up, guys.
And stay tuned for the next episode next Thursday. Yeah, we have some like actual interviews. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Get ready. Get ready. Thank you so much. Love you. Peace out. Bye. Bye. Mwah.